everybody, it's Honest John. You want to know a secret? Well, keep listening. Now, when Obama was president, the Republicans became deficit hawks. Even though during the Bush administration they used to say that deficits don't matter. But when Obama was president, they could not stop talking about the deficit and the national debt. It didn't matter that the presidents who added the most to this debt were Ronald Reagan and George W. Bush. The debt was there, and it was all Obama's fault. Now the Republicans are in charge again, and once again, the debt doesn't matter. Their tax plan will increase our debt by about $1.7 trillion. And the largest amount of that will go to the people who need it the least, the very, very rich. Now, there is some tax relief for some of the middle class in the GOP tax plan. But here is the deep, dark secret about this tax plan and every Republican tax plan since Ronald Reagan. The tax cuts for the middle class all have an expiration date, a sunset provision. The tax cuts for the rich are permanent. This is why the tax rate for most Americans is about the same today as it's ever been. Because the only middle class tax breaks that didn't expire were the ones that Bill Clinton passed. But the tax rate for the rich is the lowest that it has ever been. This is before the Republicans' new tax break plan for the rich. Now, in the Republican tax plans, the tax rates for the working poor and a good percentage of the middle class will immediately go up. If you make between $10,000 and $72,000, you will immediately start paying more taxes. Above that, and you will pay slightly less than you are now. But then your taxes will rise too because there is a sunset provision. So eventually, if you're in the middle class, you will be paying more taxes than you are now. But for the extremely wealthy, they will get billions of dollars in tax cuts, and there is no sunset provision on any of the tax cuts that affect the extremely rich. And this is on top of all of the permanent tax cuts that the rich have been getting since the Reagan administration. In short, Ronald Reagan's tax cuts for the middle class are gone. They've been gone for years. George Bush's middle class tax cuts are gone. And in a few years, the tiny tax cut for the middle class and the Trump plan will be gone too, but not for the rich. And here is another secret that will screw over the middle class. There is a law which was signed during the Clinton administration called PAYGO, which means that tax cuts automatically are paid for at least partially by cuts in spending. So the Republicans didn't have to put those spending cuts into their current tax plan. They will happen automatically. And they will come from Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security. So the Republican tax plan is another massive transfer of wealth from the poor and the middle class to the extremely wealthy. And on top of all that, you lose your health care too. This is why, if you're a Republican and you're not at least a millionaire, you're an idiot. Thanks for listening.